Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix. The jewel in the crown. Round 8 in the 2024 Formula 1 World Championship. Please do drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you're into Formula 1. I'm live for every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship. And we are in Monte Carlo. Well, I'm not, but they are. Monte Carlo, baby. Monaco, baby. Yeah, and what a grid we have got for the race today. What a grid we have got. Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren. Like the good old days, rose-tinted glasses and all that, but it is like the good old days. Ferrari versus McLaren today. And just like you're saying, Mitch, let's see Verstappen win it from here. If Verstappen wins it from 6th on the grid, I hold my hands up and I say, listen, there's nothing anybody can do. Because he shouldn't win this one, really. He shouldn't win. If he manages to win this one, it's peak times, bro. No, honestly, if he manages to win this one, then I can't complain. I can't go, you know. I have to go, wow, incredible. He ain't going to win this one. He ain't going to win this one. It's got to be one of the top 4 to win this one. Overtaking extremely difficult around this circuit. We've got a plethora of celebrities on the grid, not least Kylian Mbappe on the grid, as well as I've seen a few United players as well. They celebrated, they lift the FA Cup trophy and then got on a plane to Monaco quick time. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Mitch. Obviously, this is the stream as well, where if you get in live chat, you will be entered into a virtual race. I'll be hosting that on Wednesday night. It's the Viewers' Championship. It'll be round 8. I'll be doing it round Magny-Cours, which is a French circuit, which they no longer race at in Formula 1. But I thought, you know what? It's a track that's a little bit different. I don't really know it too well, and it's a track I want to race around. So virtual, the Viewers' Championship will be in Magny-Cours on Wednesday night. All you need to do to enter that is get in live chat today, and you'll be entered into the race. You don't have to do anything. It's free to enter. It's a virtual race. It's virtually like a virtual horse race, but your name is on one of the cars, so you're kind of involved in a way. But yeah, cheers for joining. Mitch and Dougie's here as well. It's racing time. Of course it is. You know the thing. We're here for the Monaco Grand Prix, the big one. Yes, CL2, welcome to the stream, bro. Just a bit of a search. Just about to search your name. Oh, here we go. Notifications are on, baby. Now, I appreciate you having the notifications on, man. I know it's a bit hit and miss. I don't think that's just my channel. I think that's YouTube in general is a bit hit and miss for the notifications, especially if you're a smaller channel. YouTube sometimes do the notifications. Sometimes they're like, nah, allow it, man. You've got 10 subscribers. Like, nah. So, I don't know, man. YouTube bit hit and miss on the notifications, but I'm glad it's worked today, at least for you. Anyway, yes, Gav, welcome to the stream, bro. I think you missed the last race, bro. Or you wasn't in chat. Oh, no, was it you? Or no, you wasn't. I think it was Todd that missed it, actually. Yeah, no, you was in it. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Yes, green grass. Hamilton wins from P7. Would be incredible. No, I feel like if you're not on the front row, your chances of winning this race go down to about 1%, especially around the streets of Monaco. The pole position is absolutely massive. So if Oscar Piastri wants to win this race, he's probably going to have to get the move done within the first 15 seconds of the race. Yeah. Put it this way, whoever leads coming out of turn 1, their odds of winning this race probably go up exponentially. So yeah, Charles Leclerc is in the pound seats here. If someone else wins it from like outside the top, like 2 or 3, it's been incredible. So the Hamilton victory would be astonishing. So I back it, but it's unlikely. But that would be ace, yeah, Mitch. Yes, Kim, hit the like. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I normally don't get that many. Sad face, but because I never say, I always forget to say, like, you know, like the stream and all that. But yeah, big up Gasly 3rd. Well, so you're predicting the Gasly coming from 10th to 3rd. Again, it's outrageous. I said it yesterday, but fair play, man. I don't know where you got that prediction from, but Gasly in the top 10, you've already won that prediction in my opinion. I mean, he got through to Q3 easily. I'd have had him like lining up like 16th, 17th on the grid. So fair play. Gasly's in the top 10. You called it. If he gets a podium, one of the drives of the decade. But yeah, Gav, I got a pile up in the second corner with the front five and Max has the lead. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. No, they'll behave themselves. They have to behave themselves round here. They don't really. The only times really you see overtaking here in Monaco, and I'm bigging up this race right now. The only times you see overtaking here, and bear with me for the 78 laps, it's going to be incredible, but it is when somebody loses patience, they get desperate and they go for a move that's not really there because it's never really there in Monaco. They go for a late lunge because they've been stuck behind a car for 40 laps and then they lose a front wing and then it's the other guy's fault because he didn't move out of the way. And yeah, in a nutshell, more than 3 overtakes here and it's been incredible. Especially with it being a beautiful day as well. No sign of rain, thunderstorms or any of that rubbish. So yeah, nice clear day. Having said that, there'd be DRS into turn 1. There might be a couple of moves into turn 1, but, you know, anybody that tries it down at the hairpin is, like, risking life and limb. And anybody that tries it at Rascasse, which we've seen of Charles Leclerc try it in the past and a few other guys trying moves at Rascasse, you're probably going to lose bits of your car in the process. So, yeah, qualifying was the big one yesterday. This is more like a follow the leader and try and get the move done in strategy. It's like a big game of chess. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe Sainz or Norris on an alternate strategy can do something, or, you know, we'll see what Verstappen can do from P6. But yeah, looking forward to it nonetheless. Anyone else lag? Oh, hopefully there's no lag, Kim. Yeah, let me know. I mean, there's not a lot I can do if the stream lags. I mean, what can I do? But yeah, hopefully it doesn't, put it that way. Max don't really win at Monaco. No, has Max only won once at Monaco would be my... I'm not really sure, though. Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy on the grid, though. Anya Taylor-Joy, though. Anya Taylor-Joy. Mate, I'm telling you now, this is the highlight of the weekend right now. Forget the race. Forget the Leclerc on pole, mate. Anya Taylor-Joy on the grid. Oh, of course, mate. Sign me up. Right. We are... How long have we got? 20 minutes. I got a bit distracted there. 20 minutes till the start of the race. Mate, I mean, Leclerc or Norris... Do you know what? In the back of my head, I'm starting to hope for a championship battle, you know. Maybe that's my downfall now. I am starting to sort of think Leclerc and Norris can take a championship fight to Verstappen this season. And I know that it's stupidly optimistic, and I know it's only been a couple of races where it's actually been competitive and I'm getting carried away, but I feel like there is a scenario this season where Leclerc and Norris sort of really give it a good go. And I feel like for that to happen, they have to damage Verstappen's points lead now. These are the opportunities they have to take. They have to hope that Max gets stuck behind Russell or something and ends up... You know, we have to... For a championship fight, in a scenario like today, you have to have the Leclerc-Norris 1-2. You know, I mean, Piastri and Sainz will have something to say about that. But for a championship fight sort of a point of view, and I know we're only in round 8 and Verstappen's won flipping 4 of them, but for this unlikely scenario to occur, we need the Leclerc win today. If Leclerc wins today and it's like Lando Norris second or the other way around, and Leclerc and Verstappen gets stuck in like 5th or 6th, we go to Canada and we say, is this a much better season than we had it down for in Saudi Arabia, in China, in Suzuka? I was writing this season off as just 2023 all over again at the end of the Chinese Grand Prix. I was like, nah, this sport's dead. Always been dead, never be, you know what I mean? And now I'm looking at this, the rest of this season going, this could really be on. But today's critical for that. They have to damage, Leclerc has to win this. And then he goes to Canada and goes, right, we beat Verstappen in Canada. Do you know what I mean? This season's on big time. It's on big time. So I have to back the Leclerc win today. If not, the Norris win would be fantastic. Obviously, the Piastri win would be great. Sainz win, whatever. But really, if one of those two, because they're really up there in the points so far. But yeah, anyway, I'm on a full rant. You're a wee bit hungover. You're not the only one, Kim. Jesus. I had to scrape myself out of bed for this one. But yeah. You're racing Monaco circuit. No, Monaco, for one, Monaco's not on iRacing. And for two, even if Monaco was in iRacing, you no way you're getting me doing a 2-hour race around Monaco in a Porsche GT3. No chance. I wouldn't do it anyway. It'd be boring anyway. So no, Magny-Cours I'm doing, which is a French circuit that used to be on the F1 calendar until about 2007. Then yeah, went to what was it called? The other French Grand Prix circuit. I went to the other French Grand Prix circuit, which I can't think the name of. There's no French Grand Prix now, but yeah, they moved it. But Magny-Cours a good circuit. That's where we're doing the Viewers' Championship, yeah. But yes, Anto, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're good. Welcome into the Viewers' Championship round 8 as well. Anto never misses a race, man. Anto's in the tinger. Nesto's going to be in the next round as well. Salty Dog, I missed your comment. Sorry, I've been on a full thing about a championship battle for 10 minutes, so I missed a few comments. But yeah, cheers, Salty Dog, mate. This race is usually won by McLaren or Ferrari, says CL2. Yeah. And I hope that's the case today. It should be the case today. Already 7:30 a.m. Oh, yeah, you're like 6 hours behind, isn't it? Early start for the European races for you. But welcome to the stream. Lose a bit of your car, you like it, you win. Don't really work like that, as you know. But yeah, what we're saying, all bias aside, I'm a Verstappen fanboy, but right now it looks like it can be. It honestly does. Like, I'm not, like, no joke. This season, the potential of this season is already looking 10 times what it was last year. You know, last year was, by the time you got to the end of Miami Grand Prix last year, it was like, oh, damn. You know, everybody knew that Verstappen was winning the next 15 races after that. Everybody just knew. Because I think in that race, Verstappen had ended up P8, P9 on the grid. This is Miami last year. Verstappen was like P8, P9 on the grid, won that race, and that put an end to like Perez's tiny 1% hopes of fighting for that championship, because Perez was on pole and got beat by a guy who started 9th, and it was like, right, okay, this season's over. And it was over, and Verstappen just won every single, and I sat here for a full year going, Verstappen wins again, 28 seconds today, and then the week after that, well, Verstappen by 39 seconds this week, and it was just relentless. And then we came into the start of this season, and it was rinse and repeat, and I was just sat here again for Suzuka, Saudi Arabia, whatever, Bahrain, going, well, only 18 seconds this season, he's won it by 12 seconds today, and I'm thinking, how can I do another year of this? And then, McLaren came with the big upgrade package in Miami and said, no more of this. We've caught you up now. And that was a great result, what Formula One needed. I know Lando got a little bit lucky with the safety car in that scenario, but he had the pace in those last 10, 12 laps to pull away from Verstappen and win that race by 7 seconds. So it wasn't just a fluke victory. McLaren had the pace. Then we go to Imola, which is a couple of weeks ago, and they backed that up and proved that that was not just a one race flash in the pan result. Even though they didn't beat Max, they put him under massive pressure in the closing stages of the race. And whilst the first 90% of that race was as dull as you want, a 1 out of 10, the last 7 or 8 laps of that race last week proved to me that there is a lot of potential in this season, you know, and we go to Monaco, and your boy, Mr. Inevitable, when was the last time Verstappen started outside the top 5? Well, probably Miami last year, the race I was just talking about. But you know what I mean? This is as the sessions tick by, I'm getting more and more and more excited about this season. And believe me, I was down and out 3 weeks ago. I was done with it, to be honest. Miami was just the antidote that this sport needed, and now I'm telling you, this season, it's looking up big time. It's looking up big time. Now, I might be wrong, and like I said yesterday, I might be wrong. Verstappen might go on to win the next 12 in a row, and I sit here and go, well, it's November, and I had a bit of hope before the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, it didn't happen. I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling. You know, this isn't 2023 all over again, because that's what I was worried about, you know. From March to March to the end of April, it was looking like 2023 part 2. It was looking like that. And I was like, how can I do this? How can I make this exciting? But we're back. Formula One's back, man. Formula One it just feels like it's back. It feels like Miami really ignited the flame again. A flame that was put out 2 years ago. And it's not Verstappen winning. It's the margin of Verstappen's wins. You know, I don't mind Verstappen winning in Imola if it's by 0.7 of a second and it was really, really a tightly, closely fought battle. I'll take that all day. I'll take that. But when he's winning by 28 seconds, when he's winning by 48 seconds, when he did what he did in Austria a couple of years ago, where he won the race and did a pit stop on the second to last lap, because he was that far ahead of the field, he could do a pit stop and set the fastest lap on the last lap with fresh tyres, because he could do a take the piss pit stop. That's not on, man. That's where you go, nah. But I feel much more upbeat about the rest of this season now. I really do. But yes, Todd, welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you are good, mate. I know you've missed. I know you've missed a couple of races, but you are back, and you will be back in the Viewers' Championship, because you've been dropping down. You've been dropping down the order because you've missed a couple of races, Todd. You've been on that farming simulator too much. But thanks for tuning in, even if you just pop in. You know, anybody that even just pops in and says hello, you're entered into the Viewers' Championship. So, but yeah, we are getting there now. We're 10 minutes away. F1's back, baby. It is. It honestly feels like it is back. Let me just make sure I can hear the thing for when it gets going. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. But yeah, what's people's predictions then? Come on. Are we going Leclerc victory? I think, like I say, for the hope of a championship fight starting to build up, my plan A would be like a Leclerc Norris 1-2, or the other way around. I mean, if Norris wins from 4th, fantastic. But that's what I would be hoping for like maximum potential excitement for the rest of the season. Leclerc or Norris to win this. For maximum like hype on a one-off day, I would love to see Oscar Piastri win the Monaco Grand Prix. Yeah, that would be great. That would really up his reputation a lot. If Piastri won the Monaco Grand Prix, all of a sudden, like his rating, his perception amongst fans would absolutely rock it, I feel like. Because I feel like everyone sort of sees Piastri as pretty decent. Obviously, Norris is sort of has the edge over him overall. But if Piastri wins in Monaco, ooh, I feel like that really does rocket his reputation into being one of the elite drivers on the grid. If he's not already in that category, a win will, and especially a win in Monte Carlo will definitely cement his name as one of the elites in the game right now. So yeah, I would love a Piastri victory, a Sainz victory. It'd be nice, but there's just something about Carlos Sainz that just doesn't get me like revved up as much, I don't know if it's his personality or I don't know. There's just something a little bit. To me, Sainz and Perez have the same kind of energy of like great drivers, but not that level of like, oh my god, what a move, last of the late breakers. I don't know. They're not that. I don't know. It's hard to get excited about Sainz and Perez. They feel like drivers that are really good, but not that exciting, which is kind of, maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, Sainz victory, okay, I'll take it. A Norris victory from P4 would be phenomenal. And anyone lower than fifth, like Russell wins this, incredible. What's going on? Verstappen from P6, man. If Verstappen wins this from P6, the thing is, I've had a hope of a championship fight before, and it soon got scuppered. I think at the end of the Baku Grand Prix last season, it was 2 each. Verstappen Perez had won 2 each out of the first 4 at the beginning of last season. And I remember sitting there going, this championship is on. Because even Perez had won the sprint in Baku as well. So Perez was in the form of his life after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And then Verstappen won 10 in a row. And then, So I've had hope before. Now, I'm telling you, if Verstappen wins this from 6th, the hope that I've got again, that I've had for the last week or two, I might have to reevaluate the situation. No, but I'd have to salute that. You know what I mean? You have to fully respect that. I can't sit here and go, that's been boring because Verstappen's won again. If Verstappen wins this one, I have to go, incredible, Yeah, you have to tip your hat at that point, because he's not really had the car. Right, we're on full intro mode now. Right, the race is about to get underway in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, please do. We're about to get into the start of the Monaco Grand Prix in a few minutes. We've had the build-up of me trying to rev up a championship battle that's not even begun yet. But it's in the back of my head. And, I'm always going to express what I'm feeling about this. When it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap. I'm not going to fake it, sit here and go, what an amazing season when Verstappen's won 15 in a row. I can't, you know what I mean? I'm going to be real 100% of the time. And I'm telling you what is real is Leclerc and Norris. Don't sleep on that, man. Do not sleep on Leclerc and Norris actually putting the fight to Max this year. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. But today is critical for that. Today's critical. I feel like, and I've just thought of this right now. Norris has to beat Verstappen today. There's one for you. Norris has to finish ahead of Verstappen today. Because if Verstappen beats Norris in this scenario, have you got it? Has your car got it? Because really, Red Bull are on the back foot here. And, the Red Bull very rarely have races where they're not really on it, and the car doesn't really suit this sort of circuit because they've got this fancy suspension that Ted went through. Anyway, this is the grid for the for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's Magnussen and Hulkenberg at the back. They've been demoted for I don't know why. It's then Joe P18 on the grid, Valtteri Bottas P17. It's then Sergio Perez P16 on the grid, behind Logan Sargent, who is P15. And then it's the two Aston Martins of Fernando Alonso P14, Lance Stroll P13 on the grid for Monaco. It's then P12 for Daniel Ricciardo. It's then P11 for Esteban Ocon. Then we get into the top 10 then. So it is Pierre Gasly P10, Alexander Albon, my favourite. Big up Williams, P9. It's then Yuki Tsunoda, P8. Lewis Hamilton, P7. He looked so quick in practice. He'd have been open for a top 3 on the grid. It is P7 for Lewis Hamilton. P6 for your championship leader, Max Verstappen. George Russell from P5 on the grid. Now we're getting to the top 4 then. Lando Norris. Is he going to put a championship fight on this season? Needs to improve from there. Sainz, P3. And a front row, probably the first time in Formula 1, probably, Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc at his home race. He has to put the demons to bed here. He's been unlucky at his home race in the past. But Charles Leclerc has got to win the Monaco Grand Prix today if he has got a light at the end of the tunnel about fighting for this championship. And I'm telling you now, it might sound stupid to say that, but it is critical for Leclerc to win this if there is even a hint of a hope, of a glimmer, of a tiniest strand of light at the end of a championship fight here. Leclerc has to win today and take 15 points out of Max Verstappen's lead, or whatever it'd be. Max outside the top 5 as well, and Leclerc winning. You've got it. You've sort of got an 18-point swing. Ooh, we start looking on to Canada, then going, ooh, baby. Right, anyway, big ups. Hope it's like Monaco 1982. Is that the one where everybody was running out of fuel? And, 82, Monaco 82 is probably the best race in history, is it not? That was the one where James Hunt's in the commentary box and he's going, we're waiting for a winner to come across the line and we don't seem to be getting one. And everybody that took the lead in the last couple of laps either broke down, spun, ran out of fuel, crashed, and they were literally sitting there waiting for a winner to cross the line and they didn't get one. That was incredible. You can throw a race at me, I'll know what you're talking about. But yeah, if it's anything like Monaco 1982, I won't survive this. But yes, what are we saying? You're going Carlos Sainz. Yeah, big ups, Ernesto Tiesto. If Max wins from P6, something has gone horribly wrong, or it's the drive of the century. I agree. We're on the formation lap, by the way. This track reminds me of sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good. Oh, I'm on a shiny one. I'm on a sweaty one. Oh, mate, honestly. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Well, maybe this is a good one. Let's hope this is a good one. Ferrari versus McLaren. Like the good old days, man. Like the 90s, like the noughties. Before Red Bull emerged as a serious superpower in this game, it was Ferrari versus McLaren for a good 20 years or so. So we are back in that era for one weekend only, probably, but we're back in that era for now. But yes, Ravi, Scott, welcome to the stream, bro. What? No one won? Yeah, no, someone eventually did win, but what I'm saying is, there was a few incidents right at the end. It was a bit of a mad one. Bit of a mad one's understatement of the year. It was the maddest one ever. It wasn't a bit of a mad one. It was the maddest one ever. But yeah, Leclerc start to finish. Yeah. And he needs that, Dougie. He needs that. Leclerc needs the lights to flag, bro. You know what I mean? Because if he does, and Max gets stuck behind George or Lando. But really, Leclerc and Norris Whatever happens here, Leclerc and Norris need to finish ahead of Max Verstappen if they want a glimmer of a hope of a championship fight this year. If Verstappen comes through and beats Norris and beats Leclerc, 4-time world champion. No, but that, it's critical, man. They have to punish him on a day like this. Because the thing is, we're still early enough on in the season where Verstappen hasn't got a 200-point lead in the championship yet. It's still possible to catch him. If this was like round 16, round 17, you go, oh, well, he's won it anyway. But we're early on enough in the season where, okay, you start challenging him in round 6, round 7, round 8, you can really kick on from there. If this was in the second half of the season, round 13, round 14, you go, well, they're coming on strong at the end of the year, but we know who's won it. Come on, man. We're early enough on here to have a good scrap this season. Right, we're lining up on the grid here for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be Leclerc on the inside, Oscar Piastri on the outside. 3, 2, 1, and the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix is underway. It looks like a great start from Charles Leclerc. Look at this, then we've already got Hamilton down the inside of Max Verstappen. Then look at this, then we've got, then the Ferrari's gone away well. Then I think it's all square in the top 4. Then Leclerc gets away well from Piastri, and then we've got Sainz has locked up going into turn 3. He's under big pressure from Lando Norris. Oh, he's got a puncture. I think Sainz is off. Sainz is out of the race. Well, we didn't see it, but I think Sainz has had a puncture. And look at this, and Leclerc under massive pressure from Oscar Piastri. So it is Leclerc, Piastri, Norris, Russell, and Verstappen up to 5th. Look at this. Oscar Piastri is going to go for it here. Oscar Piastri's going to go for it here on Charles Leclerc. They come out of the tunnel. Go on, Oscar. Leclerc has to defend it down into the chicane. Oh, this is big time Charlie now for Oscar Piastri. And we've got a red flag because Sainz is still on the track. Oh, Piastri was looking quick. Oh, there's another crash. Oh, we've got another crash here. It's the 3 cars involved in this. Oh, there's been a big crash up at turn 3. Oh, I totally missed this. Oh, there's been a massive smash. Massive smash. Red flag. Massive smash. Look at Sergio Perez's Red Bull. There's nothing left of it. Oh, massive incident. There is nothing left. That's incredible. Well, he's fine. He's okay. He's already out of the car, but damn. It's been a long time since I've seen a Formula 1 car in that kind of a state. That is absolutely destroyed. What the hell? Sainz, yeah, unlucky, man. Unlucky about Sainz, man, but even more unlucky if you're Sergio Perez, because you have been. I mean, we need to see a replay of this. Thank God he's okay. He's out of the car. But the car has not survived that. Absolutely smashed to bits. Both Hasses out. If you're a Haas fan, you may as well switch off the TV because they're both out of the race before we got to turn 3. So we've already got 4 cars out and the race is about 20 seconds in. At this rate, we will not get a winner. No, but right. So we need to see what's happened here between Perez and the 2. Oh my goodness, mate. Oh, so it's coming up the hill. It's coming up the hill. Wow. I think that's the biggest crash I've ever seen at Monaco. I mean, Nico Rosberg had a bad one once. That is one of the biggest crashes I've ever seen, and certainly the biggest crash I've seen in Monaco. That is, mate, he's been smashed to bits. So, Sainz is out, Hülkenberg's out, Magnussen's out, Sergio Perez is definitely out. Well, they've got a big clean-up job to do now. Death has arisen. I feel a bit like death myself. Yes, Denver, bro. This has been carnage, mate. And I tell you what, yeah, we're under red flag because 4 cars have crashed immediately. But I tell you what, Denver, bro, Piastri, if they hadn't had red flagged this, Piastri was looking rapid. He nearly went for the lead down out of the tunnel, down into the chicane. Piastri was all over Leclerc, man. Oh, mate, honestly, I feel he can win this. He can win this, Denver. And I'm not, no cap here. I'm not bigging you up here. Piastri might win this. But he's going to have to wait because we're under big clean-up settings now. It's get your dustpan and brush out and clean up about 7 million quid's worth of carbon fibre for the marshals before they get this back underway. But because Sergio Perez has had a massive crash with both the Hasses, Sainz has somehow got a puncture. We're seeing a replay of the start here. So let's have a look at this then. So did Piastri and Sainz come together? Maybe slightly. I think Piastri and Sainz made a slight contact. Right, here we go for a replay of the Perez and the... Right, yeah. So Perez has been tagged and wiped out by Kevin Magnussen. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Magnussen might be on for a race ban here. Kevin Magnussen has absolutely wiped out Sergio Perez there. And then Perez has wiped out Hülkenberg. It's become a 3-way destruction derby. And Sainz, with either broken suspension or a broken track rod or something wrong with the front right of his Ferrari. So, the front left, sorry. It's a slight contact with Piastri at the exit of turn 1. We're seeing all the replays now. Okay. Has he been given a... Well, he just locks up. I don't know really what was wrong with Carlos Sainz's car. Whether he got an immediate puncture from the contact with Oscar Piastri. We are on board with Sergio Perez. This is the one. This is the onboard camera angle here that's going to be absolutely right. He doesn't know. Oh no, Magnussen shouldn't have gone for... Oh mate, Magnussen has to back out of that. That's incredible. Wow. Kevin Magnussen might be on a one-way course to a race ban here. Probably the biggest crash in Monaco since the race start in 2012. Yeah. Was mental, Dan. Yeah. We're on board here with Nico Hülkenberg. Magnussen should back out of it. And he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. He's Kevin Magnussen. My name is Kevin Magnussen and I don't give a fuck. My name is Kevin Magnussen and I don't give a fuck. Well. Yeah, it wasn't necessary. Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. We might not see Kevin at the Canadian Grand Prix. We might not see Kevin at the Canadian Grand Prix based off these replays because he's already perilously close to getting a one-race ban. Yeah. And Zhou Guanyu just gets a face full of debris and thinks, what has gone on there? Yeah, this is on board with Kevin Magnussen. Here you are, then you might as well play a villain soundtrack now. Innit? You know what I mean? You might as well play Jaws. Dun and dun and dun 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 dun. What are you doing, Kevin? This is like, no, man. Kevin Magnussen thinks he's in like a F1 game random lobby or something. No, Kevin has to back out of that, man. You created havoc. I think he's at a serious risk of getting a race ban there, SHT. But yeah, thank God everyone's okay. That's the main thing. But yeah, Dan, exactly. Looking not to be a serious injury, exactly. Where Michael took Grosjean out and look at back at Maldonado into De La Rosa's HRT. Yeah. In fact, Mick Schumacher had a massive crash in Monaco, didn't he? Where he ripped the car in half. It was probably like 2021. Or maybe 22. But yeah, I remember Mick Schumacher having a massive crash here. He tore the car in half. But yeah, that was a bad one. I'm putting the fault. I'm putting the blame on Kevin Magnussen for that one. You have to. He's gonna be in trouble for that. Nah, he might be seriously in trouble for that. Exactly. He thinks he's in F1 23 career mode. Yeah. This is the biggest crash in Monaco since Maldonado and Chilton. Oh, yeah. Do you remember that? Is that when they collected all the barrier? All the barrier ended up in the middle of the track and all that chaos. that caused a big pile up, that, didn't it? With about 5 or 6 cars. Yeah, that caused a massive pile up, that. That was, yeah, Maldonado was different breed, man. Anyway, they're clearing up the track. They're getting rid of all the debris and all that. But I imagine this red flag's going to be a few more minutes at least. Caterham got stuck. Yeah. Oh, Maldonado, chaos. Those were the Maldonado chaotic years. Replay on board with Esteban Ocon down at the hairpin. Oh, he's nearly... Oh, he's gone for the move on his teammate there, Ocon. Bloody hell, I didn't even know that. Whoa, the two Alpines have got together. And Ocon has absolutely launched Gasly up into the air. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, no, that was a mad one from Esteban Ocon as well. These replays are insane. What a mad start to the Monaco Grand Prix that was. How many incidents is that? At least 4. Jesus Christ, we only have 30 seconds of racing. We've already got about 6 cars damaged, 4 out of the race. Wow. Imagine 2026 goatee for his back. No, he's. Oh my God! Look at the barrier. Look at the damage to the barrier. Oh, this could be a while. This. It depends whether they feel they're going to have to replace that section of barrier or not. Another big crash here is Monaco's Trulli and Chandok. Oh, I don't remember that. Also, Perez's crash in qualifying 2011. Can't remember that either. That one was dirty. Oh, no, man. Yeah, this could be a while, this. I need to have a red flag backup plan, don't I? Like a quiz or something. Yeah. Get the quiz book out or something. Yeah, because this could be a while, this. I'm supposed to be going out at 4 o'clock as well. Trulli went over Chandok. I don't remember that one. Eventually they'll get I imagine they'll do a standing start again. That's the regulation, isn't it? Now maybe in Monaco they decide not to do that, but after a red flag we should get a a full standing start restart eventually, but we're in for a long red flag here. Especially they decide they need to replace a few sections of barrier. Yeah, mate. He thought Red Bull gave him wings. You're not talking about the one in Valencia, are you? Where Webber at the back of was it Kovalainen and did a full 360 flip. Ah, yeah, they've got a decision to make here now. Do they fully restart the event and give everybody the same grid points, the same grid positions that they had originally, or will they take the positions from the last timing beam before the red flag was called and call that the starting positions? They've got a decision to make there. Whether they go right, we're right in that 30 seconds of that race off as it didn't exist, and we start again. So we put Leclerc on pole again with Piastri. I don't know whether Sainz would be able to continue. Maybe if they get the car back to the pits, I don't know. Maybe I don't know where that Ferrari is, whether they've managed to get that back to the pits or not. I don't think so. But yeah, they've got a decision to make there. Have the stewards. Do we go back to the original grid, albeit minus the cars that have absolutely been totaled? Do we go back to the original grid position order, or do you take the positions at the final point before the red flag is shown, and that's your starting positions? I don't know what they're going to do. Well, it's a beautiful day in Monaco, but there's no racing going on at the minute. If you are just joining the stream, wondering why I'm sat here in silence, big crash. As soon as the race got underway between Kevin Magnussen, Sergio Perez, and Nico Hulkenberg, and that has brought an immediate red flag to proceedings. Everybody's okay, but we've got a track full of debris and some damaged barriers, and also Carlos Sainz out of the race as well, I think. Although, have they got that? Have they got this car back? Maybe Carlos Sainz's car is back in the pit lane. Barrichello's crash in Monaco 2010 was also a big one. He spun and crashed near the same part. Oh, I don't remember that one. How would you have... In fair play if you can remember every single incident. Yeah, definitely the craziest race starts at Monaco since 2012, yeah, without a doubt. I just wonder how long this red flag period's going to be now here. I really do wonder. Sainz and Piastri made contact again the third time in total. Where was the other two? What, this season, you mean? Where was the other two? Oh, they're going back to the original grid positions. They're going back to the original grid positions here. Well, Carlos Sainz has got away with one big time. So Carlos Sainz has been reinstated to P3 on the grid. Yeah, we've gone to the original. Carlos Sainz has got away with one big time here. If Carlos Sainz ends up winning this race, mate, it's a fix. No, honestly though, Carlos Sainz has got away with one big time because they're going back to the original grid position order. Wow. Going back to the original grid position. So Carlos Sainz having a puncture and being out of the race has been erased from history. Wow. Hey, mate, have you missed much? It's been absolutely carnage, JJ, mate. It's been carnage. So the race got underway, and pretty much immediately, Sergio Perez was wiped out by Kevin Magnussen. We're going to see a replay of it now on the old Skypad. So Kevin Magnussen wiped out Sergio Perez big time. That had a knock-on effect and wiped out Hulkenberg from the race. So a 3-car pile-up going up the hill towards turn 3. And then at the same time, Sainz had a little bit of contact with Piastri. He's got a puncture and he'd pulled off to the side of the... And for all purposes, Sainz was out of the race as well. But not to be. Because of the smash with Perez, Hulkenberg and Magnussen, they red flagged it. And so Perez has been able to get back to the pits and get his original grid spot back, which is the luckiest thing I've ever heard of. But yeah, it's been pretty chaotic. But now we are in this red flag period where I'm trying to bridge a gap of nothing happening and a load of replays for a good part of an hour. No further incident? No further investigation? You've been doing laundry, so you might have missed it. Have you discussed who might borrow K-Mag's seat? I don't know if it works like that, man. I don't know if it works like that. I think Haas will have to run with one car. I might be wrong. No one's ever got a race ban before, so I don't know exactly how that works. But if someone gets a race ban, can you just sub someone else in? I don't know. I would think not. I would think that has to just have to run with one car and like it or lump it, and that's kind of your punishment. But I don't know. Maybe they could sub someone. I don't know the rules on that because that's never been explored. It's never got to this point before where someone's actually going to have a race ban. It's never... Kevin has to back out of that. They're just analysing the replay of Magnussen wiping out Perez. Spa last year, Miami this year, now here in Monaco. Oh, Spa last year. Oh, yeah, Spa last year. Down at turn 1, yeah. Miami. Yes, that got... Sainz got front wing damage, innit? I remember now. You have to do that. Oh, do you? So they will be able to sub someone in for Magnussen then if he gets a race ban, does he? I would have thought it'd have been like a one car weekend, but no. If you can sub someone else in, it's not that bad then. Maybe they'll put Behrman in. You know what I mean? Behrman for Canada, anybody? Oh, God knows. I mean, if you're saying no further investigation, you know, yeah, exactly. Most likely Behrman, but Grosjean got a race ban for Jerome D'Ambrosio. I didn't realise someone had got a race ban before. You really are an encyclopedia of knowledge. I'll give you that. Yeah. If Magnussen gets away with that without any penalty points and therefore a race ban, then he's a very lucky boy. I know it's at the start of the race, and they sometimes give a bit of margin for that. They say, "Oh, racing incident because we're at the start," but really Magnussen should back out of this one. He shouldn't be sticking your front of your car in there. Nah, man. That's like something that happens in the F1 game on a random lobby. You know? No. But Carlos Sainz will be the luckiest one out there, getting back his grid position after being out of the race. He's the luckiest man of the afternoon. He's the encyclopedia and you're the predictor. Yeah, true. I mean, Pierre Gasly nearly got his race ended by Esteban Ocon, though. There's been a few dodgy moves at the beginning of this race. Right, we're going to see this contact now between Sainz and Piastri. Oh. Yeah, so the left front of Sainz has made contact with the floor of Piastri's McLaren, and it's given Sainz an immediate front left puncture, put him out of the race. But because of the red flag, everything's restarted. Everyone gets back their old grid positions unless your car's been absolutely totaled. Everybody gets back the original grid positions, and Carlos Sainz will get a second bite at this Monaco Grand Prix when we eventually get back underway again. Confirmed no further investigation for the lap 1 incident. Magnussen got away with it. Wow. I'm just the enthusiastic new guy that jumped into F1 with both feet. I feel like I learned something. Have a laugh. Nah, respect, man. I mean, I know a fair bit about this. I've been watching it for 17, 18 years, but I'll tell you what, SHT puts me in my place. I think I know a lot until I speak to SHT. He knows everything. You know what I mean? So, no, it's good to have you all on the channel, isn't it? Everybody contributes, you know. Yeah, Gasly and Ocon are starting alongside each other again. Yeah. All right. Okay. The race will resume at 44 minutes. Right, 16 minutes. 16 minutes to 3. This race gets back underway. Yeah, so about 12 minutes. Right, at least we've got a race start time. Right, hang on. I'll be back in a sec. Right, so we're gonna get back underway in 15 minutes. Right. We go again. We go again. They still have 2-hour rule. Yeah, they do. And we're going to be on the limit of that. Yeah, they do have the 2-hour rule, yeah. Oh, mind you, though, with the red flag, that's actually been paused at 1 hour 59 and 4 seconds. So we've got 2 hours to complete the race within a 4-hour period, I think. Something like that. But yeah. Right. Anyway, the race restarts in 10 minutes. So the race restarts in 10 minutes. Everyone gets their old grid positions back, and we finally get this Monaco Grand Prix underway. So it's going to start, what, 2:45? It's going to start 3:45, 4:45. It's going to be 4:15 by the time this is over. I'm supposed to be getting on a train at fucking 20 past, I think. That's in the bin, innit? Hang on, let me sort it out. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here. Okay, bloody hell. Absolute flipping nightmare. Yeah, so the thing is, this watch along is in serious jeopardy. Because I'm supposed to be on a train at 4:15. The ticket's downstairs. Yeah, so no chance. This race is meant to be done by R3. Right, I'll have to just get a later train. I ain't missing a Monaco Grand Prix. You know what I mean? Priorities. Yeah, I'm a bit screwed here. As soon as I saw those damaged barriers, I was like, this my afternoon's not going to go to plan here. Yeah, no, but we'll get back underway. Well, I'm going into Manchester. We're booked in at a Caribbean restaurant tonight. So I'll have to meet up with him later on. Listen, the trains are every 20 minutes, half an hour, you know what I mean? It's not the last train to flipping Georgia, is it? On the last train, you know what I mean? It's not the last midnight train, is it? There's another one in 20 minutes later, so I'm all right. But it's kind of put a spanner in the works, to say the least. But yeah, what are we saying? Imagine this happened when your early morning race, Australia. Oh yeah, I would have been asleep by now, yeah. I would have been asleep by now, yeah. This is Chinese Grand Prix. Anyway, oh God, we'll get on with it, won't we? We'll do this. Might just have to go. Oh, I know, bank holiday service. We'll see. Right, they're all getting buckled in. They're all getting back in the cars now, thank God. You know, this has been a long red flag. I mean, the race started at 2. So this has been basically a 3/4 of an hour's red flag. So yeah, cheers. Yeah, yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be fine, Kim. You know what I mean? I can't sign off the Monaco Grand Prix with like 10 laps to go. No. But yeah. Go, go, right, race will resume at 15:44 local time. That's 14:44 in UK time. 5 minutes to go before we the safety car will guide them round. They'll do a formation lap and then they will take the original grid positions. The standing start, so another complete race start, and we get this finally back underway. Still do 78 laps? No, they'd be do like 76 or something like that. Because this, so they've done a lap essentially. They're all back in the pit lane, so that will already count as a lap because you've got to think about the fuel and stuff. And then this out lap will count as like lap 2. And then there might be another formation lap beyond that. Anyway, no, we're going to have like a 75 lap race or something like that. But we shall see. We shall see. In fact, yeah. Go, innocent babe. Fried chicken, eh? I think so. I don't know. Yeah. Trains are still running here every 32 minutes. Yeah. Right, right. So the reason why, if you're not listening to the Sky Sports coverage, the reason why they've gone back to the original grid positions is all the cars did not complete Sector 1. Every Grand Prix circuit is split into 3 sectors, as you can see, defined by the colours there. The yellow is Sector 1, the red is Sector 2, and the blue is Sector 3. All the drivers did not complete Sector 1 of the circuit, which is the yellow part of the track, before the red flag was called. And so in that scenario, they restart the entire event and go back to the original grid positions. That is what has occurred. Leeds versus Southampton. I hope Leeds go up on that one. Yeah, I hope Leeds go up. I feel like they offer the Premier League more than Southampton do. More rivalries and more, I don't know, more history. But anyway, I hope Leeds go up. I don't pretend to be an expert on football, but yeah. And for Dougie as well. Do it for Dougie. Yeah, Leeds, innit, Gav? Oh, Kim's on Southampton. Yeah, but think about it. An away day at Leeds is a bigger game than an away day at Southampton. Innit? If you're a big football fan, Away day at Leeds has a bit more, has some teeth to it, Away day at Southampton, it's a long way on a coach for a start. Anyway, we're getting this back underway in a couple of minutes' time. Standing start procedure. Let's go. Yeah, do it for Dougie. Hashtag do it for Dougie. Oh, you made that Denver best bit, so I'll have to check that out if he posts it on his channel. If he doesn't post it, you post it on your channel, Gav. I'll have a look. Yeah. I saw some of the Jamza one. It's mad. That is absolutely mad. Long way for a paddle in the sea. Exactly, Kim. That's what I'm saying. It's a long way for a bit of a paddle, isn't it? Ah. Well, Science is a lucky, lucky boy. Hopefully the live GPS thing will work, and once everybody gets in the correct grid positions, this will all change again back to how it should be at the beginning. So it is going to be, it doesn't show it on there right now, but it will go back to being Ferrari, McLaren, Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Norris will be the top four when this all irons itself out, when they get back on track and line up again back on the grid. Hopefully this website can, yeah, there you go. It's updated itself now. There you go. It's put Sainz back in third. Sainz is a lucky boy. Dems is like 37 minutes long. Wow. I did a video like that. I made a video of the start and end of every Grand Prix last season. The start of every Grand Prix, full hype, and then at the end I'm just going, Verstappen wins again. And then it's like round 9, I'm like, Anis, go, go, go. Verstappen wins again. I thought it was quite funny. The excitement at the start with the contrast of the, and me just giving up at the end. I thought it's just summed it up, That summed up 2023. But hopefully it doesn't sum up 2024, We're in for a better season. That is for sure. How much better? I don't know yet. But definitely better than last season. It'd be a proper race. Yeah, it'd be a proper race start as well, yeah. So it's as if nothing ever happened. Gav? That's how they're doing it. It's as if that initial start never even existed. That's how they're rolling. You're closest to Newcastle. Hey, welcome to the stream, Anthony. You saying I'm closest to Newcastle has got you in the Viewers' Championship round 8 as well. And you're doing well in the point standings. And if you don't know what that is, tune in on Wednesday night. You're in a virtual race. And you've been in most of them. But yeah, if you don't know about the Viewers' Championship, it's a virtual race I host on iRacing, where I race against the AI, but I put all the names as all the names of people that are in chat, and I race against you, and it's a bit of fun. And we do a 2-hour race every Tuesday or Wednesday night. It's going to be on Wednesday night. So yeah, get involved. You type a message in live chat. It gets you a seat on the grid for the next round of the Viewers' Championship, which will be at Magny-Cours on Wednesday night. But anyway, let's get the Monaco Grand Prix actually underway. Oh, I don't know why I've got that song stuck in my head. Must have been on the radio before. Right, here we go. Oh, Ocon's out, is he? See, I never picked up on that. So, hang on a minute. Yeah, so we've got 4 cars out. Magnussen out, Perez out, Hulkenberg out, Ocon out. Sainz is the luckiest man on the grid, but we are about to get the Monaco Grand Prix underway for a second time, and we are underway then in 2024 in Monte Carlo, and Leclerc leads them away down into turn 1. We have got Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz side by side, but they're all cleanly away this time then as they go up the hill towards turn 3. Then it is Leclerc who leads Piastri, then it's Sainz, Norris, and then George Russell ahead of Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton then. So the top 7 are in the same positions as they were. And now we go down the hill then towards the hairpin for the very first time. Look at this then. And again, just like it was some 45 minutes ago, Piastri putting big pressure on Charles Leclerc. Come on then, Piastri. 16 cars in this race then. Out of the tunnel they come then. And Norris has to defend from George Russell into the Nouvelle chicane. And Verstappen still in P6. So it's a status quo for everybody through as we enter into the final part of lap 1. But we are finally underway. Yes, Brownie. Only coming around from last night's nonsense. Oh, no, me too, mate. I had to scrape myself out of bed. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Brownie. Yeah, so that's showing us lap 4. Even though that's the first lap, it's lap 4 technically because of all the carnage and incidents we had at the beginning. And they don't get to refuel, so you can't just start again from lap 1. But yeah, Charles Leclerc leads them then from Piastri, Sainz, Norris, Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Albon, Gasly, top 10. But they're all still nose to tail here. Oh yeah, Brownie had a big night, all right. Gasly, let's go. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'll tell you what. Verstappen's actually falling back from this top 5. George Russell looking quick on the back of Lando Norris. Oscar's keeping up here. Oscar Piastri is keeping up here. The top 3 have sort of pulled a little bit of a gap on Lando Norris, who's under pressure from George Russell. And then we've got a 1.3 seconds to Max Verstappen in 6th, who's not looking particularly quick in the first couple of laps of this race. Charles Leclerc then leads him down to Mirabeau. I can't remember. Yeah, that's how much of a good night it was. You said you were on a bit of a mad one. Here we go for a replay of the start then. Or replay of the second start. Brownie, you missed all the carnage. There's been a 4-car pile-up and then a 45-minute red flag while they repaired all the barriers and swept away all the debris. It's been absolutely carnage. Apart from having to sit here for 45 minutes and waffle on and whilst they repair all the barriers, that wasn't very exciting. But yeah, we're kind of on a take 2 of the Monaco Grand Prix because it should have started at 2 o'clock. It actually started at 2:45. Yeah, such was the carnage on the first attempt that we're now on attempt 2. It's been a bit of a mad one. Leclerc and Sainz is closer than Russell and Verstappen. Yeah. Still seeing replays on board with various drivers from the start. Ocon probably suffered too much extensive damage for his car contact with Gasly. So yeah, retired from the race. Yeah. Being flipped up into the air like that. He might have damaged the suspension or something. But yeah, let's have a look at this then. Ooh, okay. Okay, Sainz looking quick. The top three are pulling away from Lando Norris. Okay, George Russell saying this is the only opportunity. Mercedes are trying to get him to stand down on the fight with Lando Norris, but George doesn't want to hear it, But yeah, top three are definitely gapping Lando Norris. And George Russell has dropped off the back of Norris now. So, bit of tyre chat. Top four are on the hard tyre. Russell, Verstappen and Hamilton on the medium then. Tsunoda and Albon 8th and 9th on the hard tyre. Gasly, Stroll, Alonso on the medium. Ricciardo on the hard. Bottas on the medium. Sargent and Joe on the hard. So we have got pretty much a 50-50 split of medium to hard tyres for this opening stint of the race. And so top four on hard. The main thing is top four on the hards, 5th, 6th, 7th on the mediums. That's where the strategy split is in the top half of the field, put it that way. So that might prove to be a point of interest as this race wears on, that is for sure. George too egotistical, but a bloody sick driver. Yeah, he's decent, is George, yeah. Look at this top three, then, nose to tail. Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz. Lap 7 of 78 in Monaco. Leclerc leads Piastri by 1 second. There is 2 seconds between the top three. Norris now has dropped Russell a little bit and is now catching Carlos Sainz and is making that a breakaway group of 4. And it'd be interesting to see if Verstappen can cruise up to the back. It'd be interesting to see it with George Russell on this kind of pace, whether Verstappen will cruise up to the back of him. The gap between Russell and Verstappen at the moment is 2.1 seconds, make that 1.8. So it is looking like Verstappen is going to close up on George Russell for 5th. Hamilton's still down in 7th, then Tsunoda, Albon and Gasly at the moment in the final points paying position of P10. Then the 2 Aston Martins of Stroll and Alonso 11th and 12th, Daniel Ricciardo 13th, Valtteri Bottas P14, Logan Sargent P15 and Zhou Guanyu is last of the runners at the moment in P16. Already out of the race from the incidents earlier on is Ocon, Hülkenberg, Perez and Magnussen. Those 4 are out of the race. Will this be Dem's first time? You are correct, Gav. Developer, the home of football watch-alongs, will be represented in round 8 of the Viewers' Championship. He's probably got no concept of what that even is. But he's in. And he has said to me on Demcast, he said, "Oh, chuck me in." I'm like, no, I've got to stick to the rules. You've got to come in, chat on the watch-along. And today he was for the first time this season. So we've got a couple more people in the next round. We're probably on about 15, 16 people at least. But yes, you are right, Gav. And I'm buzzing for that. I'm glad Denver's in it, man. Denver should have been in it from round 1, but he's been exposed. He doesn't watch this channel, does he? Anyway, he's been in chat today, so he's in. Russell will twat the wall on the last lap. I know he's done that a few times, hasn't he, Anthony? He's done that a few times. Probably a couple of times too many. But yeah, even if he nosedived into the back, if you're going 300 mile an hour, it's not his fault. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're not a lot of love for George Russell around here. I don't claim to be a George Russell fan myself, but lap 10 of 78 then, fastest lap goes to Oscar Piastri at the moment, who's still within a second of Leclerc for the lead. Sainz within a second of Piastri as well, so... This is interesting. It is competitive, this. We'll have to see how it goes tyre-wise. It's not looking good for Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton, this. On the faster tyre, they're losing ground to the top 4 who are on the slower tyre. That's not the way. It's supposed to be the opposite. You know, it's supposed to be the opposite of that. Really speaking, surely Russell, Verstappen and Hamilton should be quick on the mediums at this point in the race. Oh, surely they're not. Martin Brundle's hinting that they're trying to go the full race distance on a set of mediums. No chance, surely. You're not going to do a full Monaco Grand Prix without pitting. Maybe on the hard tyres. Are you going to do 75 laps? Oh, that'd be a bit of a joke, that, wouldn't it? That would be a bit of a joke, that. If they do the entire race without stopping now, because of the red flag, and that counts as a pit stop, yada, yada. So, Verstappen, team radio. I think they're all on big tyre management mode here, aren't they? Are they all thinking, let's try and get to the end? Let's do an entire Monaco Grand Prix without pitting. Is that the vibe here this afternoon? Is that the situation? Because I'm not a fan of that, if that's the situation. I don't approve of that. I don't vote for that if that's the scenario. And they're going to try and eke out 75 laps and not stop. I mean, really? What day is it on, Rob? Then we'll have to watch, you said. Wednesday night, but it'll be mad times in Thailand because it'd be 8 p.m. Wednesday night, which would be like 4 a.m. Friday morning for him. So, yeah, it's not Thailand friendly, the Viewers' Championship, unfortunately. Yeah, be on Wednesday night, which early hours. I doubt he's going to be up at 4 or 5 in the morning, Friday morning, to watch a virtual race on iRacing with his name in it. But he'll have to... I'll tell him the results anyway on Friday. I'll message him, tell him where he finished. The thing is, he can win a race in his sleep. That's the potential. He could win the Viewers' Championship whilst he's asleep. That is the madness of the Viewers' Championship. You do not have to do anything. The car drives itself. Yeah, 8 p.m. Wednesday, yeah. I think it was 69 when I think about it. Yeah, no, it's 78. Wednesday night is Conference League final, is it? Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind clashing with that. It's the only night I've got. I'm at work Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night. So, Wednesday night it is. Russian team. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, Oscar Piastri's still putting big pressure on Charles Leclerc here. This is really close now. This is like within half a second. This is 0.3. Piastri's really going for this. Piastri is putting Charles Leclerc under big pressure here. Oh, Greek or something. And Sainz is still right there as well. It's not like we've still got a top three nose to tail, then a little bit of a gap to Lando Norris, and then quite a large gap then to George Russell. Look at this, and they're coming out of the tunnel. Oscar Piastri's looking in his mirrors more than he is looking ahead, as Carlos Sainz now is looking like the faster of the top three. Like 14 out of 78. Oh, is it Greek versus Italian? Well, here we've got Monegasque versus Australian versus Spaniard versus Brit. This has to be Oscar Piastri's biggest chance of winning a Grand Prix so far in his career, doesn't it? It has to be. This is Oscar Piastri's biggest chance yet in his career to win a Grand Prix. This Verstappen's not a threat today. Cut to Verstappen winning at the end of this. But as of right now, Verstappen's not a threat. He can match Charles Leclerc, who's leading the race. He's probably quicker than Charles Leclerc at the moment. Big opportunities. Big opportunities today. And we've got to remember that the top five in the race have never won the Monaco Grand Prix. So Leclerc's never won it, Piastri's never won it, Sainz never won it, Norris never won it, Russell never won it. So we are going to get a new winner of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're going to get a first-time winner. Probably. Nothing's ever 100% certain in live sport, but I'd give it a good 99% chance. I think it'll be fine though, because JA will come through and smash the like button. Big ups to JA, man. Bottas pits. Oh my God, Leclerc's under big pressure here. Oh my goodness me. Piastri's closer than ever in the Nouvelle chicane. Whew. This is extremely close, this. This is a good race, this. I know there's not been a lot of overtaking, but this is good, man. This is good. Because it's finally poised. It's competitive. We don't know who's going to win it. It's not someone driving away at the front by 38 seconds. This is very close. It's half a second between the top two, or lap 17. That's a very rare scenario in this sport, let me tell you. A very rare scenario. This is really close. Really, really competitive. This is what we want, man. Yeah. Like the good old days, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari, McLaren. And it's got to be one of those four that's going to win this race. Science Team Radio. Yeah, this is it. Sainz is worried. Sainz is worried about Piastri sending it on Leclerc. And I'm not surprised. I thought he was going to send it. This is it. You know, if Leclerc plays around too much and he's all about the tyre management, he might just see a yellow McLaren down his inside going into the Nouvelle chicane if he's not careful. You can't be... You've got to just keep the pace up a little bit. Or, you know, you've got to remember Oscar Piastri's a hungry young man. He's 21 years old and he's going to want more than anything to win the Monaco Grand Prix. He's not going to just let Leclerc cruise to victory, is he? You know, that's what I mean. This is what David Croft's saying. One little sniff of an overtake, he will go for it. So Leclerc's got to be careful. It's a fine balance for Charles Leclerc. You know, he might be managing the tyres and managing the gap, but you just keep an eye on your mirrors. Don't let him get too close. It is quite a nice game of Formula One chess this afternoon. I'm liking this. This is a very high speed, very expensive game of chess going on out here in Monaco. And I'm a fan. I'm so much more invested in this sport when the win is up for grabs, man. You know, if this was a fight for second and Verstappen was 28 seconds up the road, it doesn't mean an awful lot to me. But because this is for the win, yes. Yes. Perez is fast now is because he's got the new car, really. Or you mean if he's faster in Canada, from Canada onwards, you mean? Mm. Oh yeah, Albon's putting pressure on Tsunoda for eighth. Half a second back. Look at this top four then. Look at this top four for the Monaco Grand Prix then. They've got the top. Norris has caught up to the back of this now as well. So a top three has now become a top four. And then Russell, Verstappen and Hamilton are some 10, 12, 14 seconds off the lead. Verstappen 15 and a half seconds off the lead. On lap 21 of 78. They're all going to the end. This is the thing. They're on massive tyre managements out there, you know. They're all trying to just eke the tyres out to get to the end of the race. So it is a bit of a stalemate out there. No one really wants to take life out of the tyres. But it's a balance, especially if you're Charles Leclerc, you know. Like I was saying, it's a big balance of not taking any life out of your tyres or the minimum that you can do and keeping Piastri behind you. It's quite the balance. But he's striking it well so far, and he's keeping Piastri, Sainz and Norris at bay. But the top four are all in contention to win this race. If Piastri gets the lead, I'm getting on Denver's stream, I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Turn channel over. I don't know, though. Yeah, look, Leclerc's starting to. I think Leclerc's sped up a little bit here now. That top four that were nose to tail are now stretched out a little bit. Leclerc's decided to get on with it. All of a sudden, we've got a 2-second gap between Piastri and Sainz now. So what's happened here is Leclerc's up the pace. Piastri's gone with him, but Sainz hasn't gone with him. Shall have a look who's in the Viewers' Championship round 8 so far. Let me do a count up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to keep track of who I've counted who or not. I'd say we've got at least 16, 17 in the next race for Magny-Cours. Oh, look at this. I tell you what, Leclerc has really upped the pace. He's all of a sudden, he's got a 1.4 second gap on Piastri now. What are they going to do here? Because if Leclerc's getting on with it, then is that indicating that he's planning to pit? And if you go with him, then you've also got a pit. I really don't know about what's going to happen here. Because we've still got a hell of a long way to go on one set of tyres. I don't know. I wonder if Leclerc's getting on with it to get a 20-second gap between himself and Russell and then doing a pit stop and coming out P4. I wonder if that's suddenly the situation now. Rather than eking it out, go for it. Open up 20 seconds on George Russell, get in and out, come out P4 on a fresh set of tyres for the second half of the race. I wonder if that's the situation, because all of a sudden it seems like, yeah, Leclerc, as Martin Brundle's saying, Leclerc's pulled the pin. And I'm unsure of what they're trying to do here. But No, but the thing is, the gap between Leclerc and Russell is now 18 seconds. I wonder whether Leclerc's trying to get that to about 22, 23 seconds so he can pit and come out ahead of Russell. I wonder if that is now the situation. So that's the gap to be looking at, 18.4 seconds. That is how far Russell is off the lead of the race. I wonder if that's what they're doing now. I wonder if they've decided trying to get these tyres to the end is a bit of a graft. You might as well just pick up the pace, do another 15 laps at a much faster pace, and pit. What did you miss? Oh, it's been phenomenal, Kim. 18 changes for the lead. No, you've not missed a lot. It's Monaco, you know. There's not a hell of a lot of overtaking going on, but I just think that in the last few laps, Leclerc's got on with it. What's happening in Leeds, Southampton? 0-0. We are plan B +2. They're telling Alonso, who's down in 12th. Yeah, so all of a sudden, Lando Norris is 4.6 seconds off the lead. Yeah, no goals. Dougie will be on a nervous one this afternoon. Yeah, I think as soon as Leclerc builds up a 22-second lead on George Russell, I think he probably pits. Oh yeah, look at that. Alonso in 12th has got a queue behind him of Ricardo, Sargent, Zhou and Bottas. Yeah, so 12th to 16th, nose to tail. Oh, look, Alonso's last 5 races. 8th, 6th, 7th. Then 19th. Oh, not a great season for Aston Martin, is it? They have lost the way. Yeah, the TV directors decided this top 4 has been stretched out. What's the next best thing? Oh, the battle for 12th. So now we're watching the battle for 12th. Well, what's the gap? 19 seconds. So Leclerc's 19 seconds ahead of Russell. I feel like that's the trigger point, really. Once that gap gets to about 22, 23, Leclerc might decide this is pit stop opportunity. And then Piastri, Sainz and Norris might have a decision to make. Well, I don't know. I mean, what if Piastri decides to pit before Leclerc does? You know, this is still wide open between the top four. You know, because you could get a scenario where Leclerc pits and then the other three decide let's eke it out, or because it's all about track position as well in Monaco. You don't want to be taking a pit stop, being stuck behind. Oh, it's a tricky scenario. This for the top four. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? Yeah. For Lando Norris, he won't lose anything. Yeah, if Norris can get a pit stop gap between himself and Russell and then he pits, he's not even losing track position. So it is starting to get interesting, this. Yeah, tyre chat. It is. It is a tyre chat Grand Prix, this, without a doubt. It is a tyre chat Grand Prix. They're all having a bit of a laugh about it in the Sky Sports commentary box, but it is. It is one of those chess match tyre degradation races. Lando Norris Team Radio. Okay. It is tyre degradation chat today, my God. Yeah. It's going to be very difficult to get to the end without pitting. A 75 laps of Monaco. Yeah. So one of them is going to pit, man. One of these top four is definitely going to pit, and then that could really open it up. Then open a chain reaction scenario. Who is going to be the first one out of this top four to blink and make a pit stop? That is the question. Not if they make a pit stop, but when. When is one of these top four going to make a pit stop? Lando Norris, super close to the wall. Well, Nil Saints, oh. The thing is here, The top four have they've stopped opening the gap to George Russell now. This is the thing. This gap got to 19 seconds, and George Russell has since then been matching the leader's pace, and so you're not getting a full pit stop gap on George Russell and Verstappen, and Hamilton's there as well. So you're gonna make a decision. What are you gonna do? Because they're not opening the gap on George Russell anymore. This is gonna be. If Lando Norris pits, he's going to have to get past Hamilton, Verstappen and Russell. So it's not in his interest to pit right now, I wouldn't have thought. But yet again, can you take these tyres to the end? Oh no, this is... there'll be many different scenarios being... thought out here in the strategies teams. There'll be plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D here. Cut to Alonso still holding up a train. You see, Sainz is worried about Lando Norris. Lando Norris pitting towards the end, getting on a set of soft tyres, and the top three will all be struggling on 70-lap-old hard tyres. You've got Lando Norris coming up quick on a set of softs. It is going to be a game of chess today, this. It is a game of chess. Monaco always is, to be fair, you know. I can't sit here and expect a thrilling, edgy-seat Monaco Grand Prix because there never has been one of them. You know, you've got to go back a long time. This is a game of tyre management and an elaborate game of chess. Oh, Ricardo's really close here behind Fernando Alonso. I think you're that close. You're gonna go for it, haven't you? Have we seen an overtake yet? I don't think we have. Lap 35 and 78, 0 overtakes. What a race! Monaco never disappoints. This is it's a fascinating race strategy-wise. You know, not in a lot of other ways. But tyre management-wise, oh yeah. If you're into your tyre management, this is a 10 out of 10 race, this. So, mind you, gap between Leclerc and Russell, 21 seconds now. Interesting. we are now getting into a situation where this is it. 19.8 seconds for a pit stop, right? So, we're now getting into an interesting scenario where Leclerc could potentially pit, come out in front of George Russell, and but do you risk that? Because Leclerc could pit, and then Piastri could go, right, we're in the lead, let's go to the end. I know, it should be nearly finished. It should be over now, yeah. This race should be finished now. 2 till half 3 is the original plan, yeah. And we're halfway through. Yeah, I thought I'd be signing off now. I thought I'd be going, thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, it's a long stream, is this? Oh, it will be. The gap between Lando Norris to George Russell, they're saying, yeah, but that... Oh. Yeah, this is the speculation now. So if Lando Norris can get a full pit stop ahead of George Russell, then Lando Norris will have nothing to lose by making a pit stop. That's what they're looking at. But, yeah, we're a few more laps away from that. But Leclerc is more than a pit stop ahead of Russell now. 38, 48, 58. I don't know. I don't know about them getting to the end, you know. I don't know about them doing another 40 laps on these tyres, to be honest with you. I feel like that's a long shot. Well, there's not a lot to say on a race like this when it's a tyre management battle, is it? Rather than a battle wheel to wheel on track, we have got a tyre management race, which, like I say, is always going to be the case in Monaco. At least it's for the win, though. At least it does have some interest in it that it's not just a tyre management battle for P6. You know what I mean? This is for the win, so it is interesting to some degree. But yeah, Monaco's never going to be a thriller, is it? So Leclerc being told to slow down. This race, man. I mean, you know, it's hard to make the Monaco Grand Prix watch along an exciting spectacle when it's like this, but they're on a full chess mode here and nobody's making any moves. It's like two chess players looking at the board and having a good long hard stare at the board and thinking, do I move the queen? Nobody's moving anything. They're waiting for the other one to make a move. We're on stalemate settings at the moment. We're on stalemate, and we have been for the last hour. There's so much speculation going on the team radios here. So much speculation going on. Oh, here we go. So yeah, so they're coming up to the lap runners now. These guys need to get out of the way. Then this Alonso train of Alonso, Ricardo, Sargent, Joe, and Bottas are now being caught by the race leaders. And is this going to favour any one of this top four? Joe gets out of the way. Bottas gets out of the way. Right, now this four need to get out of the way now. Alonso, Ricardo, Sargent and Joe need to get out of the way. The leaders coming through. This is not going to help Charles Leclerc, this. The longer this goes on. All right, so... Yeah, Zhou needs to... Zhou Guanyu needs to get out of the way here. Oh, man. Gap between Leclerc and Russell, 20.4 seconds now. Now they're coming up on these back markers. It's not going to help the idea of making a pit stop, this, is it? Extremely close to the barrier for Carlos Sainz there on the replay. Jeez. Leclerc's come out of this with quite an advantage of going through these lapping this group of cars. It's been to Leclerc's advantage. Wow, strong words from Bruno Faman. Lance Stroll pits then. I tell you what, there's not been many pit stops today in Monaco, has there? But Lance Stroll pits. This might trigger the chain reaction now. Not been a thriller, has it, this? Norris Team Radio. Okay, so Lando Norris being told his front tyres are looking the best out of the top four. So Leclerc leads Piastri by 2.7 seconds. Carlos Sainz is then 2.1 behind Piastri. Norris is then 1.2 behind Sainz in fourth. There is then a 14-second gap to your man in P5, George Russell. Max Verstappen still in sixth place in this race, 2.4 seconds behind Russell. And then Hamilton in P7, 3.7 behind Verstappen. It's then Tsunoda P8, Albon P9, and Pierre Gasly P10. We are on lap 45 of 78 at the Monaco Grand Prix. And what so far has been a very tyre management based race, which is not the most thrilling idea of a race I've ever heard of, but I would be surprised if the top four, all four of them, go to the end without making a stop. I would be surprised. I feel like somebody at some point is going to pull the pin, and then it's going to be about, do you react to that immediately, or do you try and eke it out with track position? But surely one of them is going to pull the gamble and make the decision. I think if you're Lando Norris, do you pit now? I mean, you're not going to get ahead. This is the thing, though. Lando Norris is not going to get out ahead of Russell. But is he ever going to build up that gap, being stuck behind Carlos Sainz? And, you know, that's a difficult one, this. But then again, you've got to think Lando Norris, if he does pit and put on a fresh set of tyres, will be quick enough just to clear the likes of Hamilton, Verstappen and Russell pretty quickly anyway. But then again, it's Monaco. So, you know, it goes against the normal. It goes against the norm. Because track position is king round here. Track position is king. Oh, it's Indy 500 as well today, isn't it? Why is the thumbnail for this race been deleted? I think the thumbnail that I made for this stream has been given the big delete by whoever owns that image. I think.
The unique.
Not the one for the viewers, is it, Kim? It's not one for the commentators either, mate. It's not one. This track is not one for a watch along. Basically, I'm struggling here. It's all about tyre management and pit stop windows, and it's just a game of... Yeah, so it's a game of the teams being on the radio to the drivers, and it's a game of chess. It's not really much of a race, though. It's all too much, I know. Got to pull out the max wrap from yesterday. I would have pulled out something, Jesus. Yeah. This is very difficult to commentate on, but Monaco's always going to be like this, though. I mean, Lando is close up behind Sainz, but the crucial cork in the bottle here is George Russell. George Russell's playing a bigger role in this race than he probably realizes he is. It's the gap between the gap between the top four and George Russell, and it's right on the edge of where Leclerc can take a pit stop and come out ahead of. Oh, but we've got Lance Stroll with damage. Lance Stroll has got a puncture rear left. So he's left rear and his tyres come off. He's in the pit box. So Stroll manages to crawl back to the pit box and change the tyres. So is the We'll have to see a replay of what happened to Lance Stroll there, whether he must have tagged a barrier or something. Yes, sweet. Welcome in, bro. Not the most thrilling of streams, I cannot deny that this has not been a thrilling watch. Yeah. Should have skipped this one. It's not really the one, is it? Need an Iron Man villain to show up and cause some chaos. Still 1-0 Southampton. Well, the fact that you're popping into the stream and giving me a football result says it all, really. There's nothing to tell you about the race. Yeah, no, this is a race I would expect to them done streaming. Yeah, exactly. Monaco Grand Prix, dead. No, it's not that it's been... This isn't unusual for Monaco. This is a standard Monaco Grand Prix. It's just that it's a different kind of race, Monaco. It's a different kind of race. It's about strategy. It's about tyre degradation, especially with the red flag at the beginning, has made it so it's even more about tyre management. It's just been a tyre management race. And more about the pit wall and their strategies rather than the drivers, really. The drivers are just sort of going to a certain pace. But now, here we go then. We're going to get some pit stops. Woo-hoo. We better get excited about pit stops because there's not a lot else to get excited about this afternoon in Monaco. So, let's hype up some pit stops. So, Lewis Hamilton has come in then from P7. Historics races around Monaco are amazing. Yeah, maybe I do watch along on that next year and skip the real one. Alonso did all that for nothing, yeah. Oh, I know, yeah, he's helped out Stroll, and it all comes down to nothing. Do you watch the historic races, small F1 cars? Better fight? I know, I'll do that next year, Suede. Right, so Hamilton's pitted. Red Bull did briefly come out into the pit lane, but Verstappen has continued on. Is this going to cause a chain reaction at the front now? With 25 laps to go. That's why Aston Martin, just open your eyes. Yeah. Alonso helping out Stroll, only for Stroll to clip the rear end at the Nouvelle chicane. Sort of says it all, really. Oh, Verstappen pits then, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. I don't know what for. It was only brief. Back to green flag racing, but Verstappen pits then. 2.1 second pit stop, so it was rapid. Just bring Yuki in. Oh, has Bottas actually made an overtake? Oh my God, we have had an overtake at the Monaco Grand Prix. On lap 54 of 78. What a thrilling race this has been. Lap 54 of 78. We have had the first official overtake in the Monaco Grand Prix. So get in. Good grief. Yeah, Indy 500's today, isn't it? Yeah. I will watch that. Well, I don't know. I'm supposed to be going out. But there's no way I'd do a watch along on the Indy 500. I don't know anything about it. Even though it'd be 1,000 times better than whatever this was meant to be today. Oh, man, like... I should have known it'd be like this. I did know it'd be like this, really, but... Gav, you know me too well, innit? Don't even think about trying to give this a 5 or a 6. Yeah, I'm there at the end. I haven't said anything for 2 hours because it's been that boring. And then at the end I go, ooh, you know what? Yeah, I give that a 6. I give that a 7. You know me too well, innit? No, it's a 1, bro. It's just a 1. I can't. More cars crashed out than overtakes is kind of an exciting stat. That is true, actually, yeah. We've had 1 overtake. Do join me for the Canadian Grand Prix. For another thrilling watch along. Yeah, don't need to know your shit. All you need to know is to go 230 mile an hour. I know, but you've got to know who's who and what's what, haven't you? You know, you've got to know who's driving and stuff. You know, you can't just... Right, what's the gap? Where's Russell? Where's Russell now? 24.8 off the lead. Okay. This could be. You recognise the names? Yeah. No, if I'm going to watch that, I'll just watch it on a casual one. I won't be trying to do a stream for it. Jesus. The Canadian Grand Prix is a new selling point, guarantees to have exponentially more overtakes in the previous race. You know how to spin it. Yes. You know how to spin the sales pitch. Well, yeah. The Canadian Grand Prix is going to be exponentially better than this, isn't it? I mean, it depends. There'll be someone out there that sees this as a fascinating race in terms of strategy and tyre management and all the pit wall trying to work out what's he going to do, what's the gap to Russell, can we do this strategy, can we do that strategy, plan A, plan B, plan C. There will be people out there that will have found this a fascinating strategy game of chess, of tyre management. But it's very hard to make an exciting watch along out of that, I'll tell you. Undercut zone. And yeah. Fastest lap now goes to Lewis Hamilton on a 1:14.4. Hamilton's 3 seconds a lap quicker than the lead is. At this pace, Hamilton will win the race. This race is like two teams parking a bus while the strikers play rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. It is. It is. And there'll be certain tactician managers out there that will fully respect that and fully enjoy that and go, look at the maturity of this. They're not giving away anything. They're solid at the back. But for a viewer and for the show, it's not really great, is it? Bloody hell. Lance Stroll versus Zhou Guanyu side by side in the tunnel. Oh, because Stroll's on the soft tyre. There has been another overtake in Monaco. And it's Lance Stroll. Oh, Lance Stroll's on the absolute warpath here on his brand new set of soft tyres. He's going for it round the inside, round the outside. Gets a switch back at turn one. Go on, Lance Stroll. Giving us the only bit of entertainment we've had for the entire race. Stroll on the brand new set of soft tyres going for what was P14. So get in there. I'll tell you what though, Lando Norris looking closer than ever to the back of Carlos Sainz's Ferrari. Oh, of course I'm disappointed, man. Is there only 7 people in the race? Oh no, Gav. If you're in grey, you've been lapped. Yeah. Only the ones with the X on them are not in the race. Only the bottom 4 are not in it. They're all in it, but they've been lapped. So that's why. That's when your name goes in grey. Picked about the Miami Grand Prix today and stick around for Monaco. No. Monaco's always going to be like this, though, isn't it? Still 20 laps for the curse to catch up with Leclerc. No, don't be talking about Leclerc curse now. It would be crushing if he leads the whole thing. Oh, no. They should just fuck this race off off the calendar, to be honest. Rob, it's crap. I can see why a lot of people would sack this off the calendar. I wouldn't personally. But I can see that point of view. Of course, I can. You know, Monaco does offer something, and that's not wheel to wheel racing. It offers something else. It's sort of the driver versus the circuit instead of drivers versus each other. If you Do you get what I mean by that? It's the drivers versus the circuit rather than the drivers against each other. Um, and it's the drivers versus tyre management rather than versus each other. So, on an entertainment level, it isn't up there. It is not up there. But it does offer something different to the other 23 races on the calendar. It is unique, Monaco. You know, it is unique. And it does offer a challenge to the drivers. But yeah, it's not the most thrilling wheel to wheel, side by side. No. You can name 20 better tracks with better history. The worst race on the calendar. It depends how you look at it. It depends what your criteria is for worst race. Because if your criteria for worst race is like least overtakes, then yeah. You know, what's the criteria that makes the worst race the worst race? Because I feel like in some ways, yes, this is, but in other ways, it offers a lot more than, you know, to me, this offers a lot more than Saudi Arabia and Qatar and, I don't know, there'd be people out there that say this offers more than any of the other races. But wheel to wheel racing is not one of them. Better than Budapest. I mean, it's a. I don't know if you're spelling it wrong on purpose, but it's the yearly meet and greet for billionaires on the harbour who use huge yachts and companies that turn around and invest as sponsors. That's why it'll never go away. Yeah, I don't think it should go away, but Netflix made up that 21 season and we all fell for it. Yeah, that's what happened. They just made that interesting, got a billion fans out of it, and then just went, nah, we won't script it now. We'll just let them race. And then this is the true Formula One. 2021 was just a fever dream, didn't really exist. It's such a shame that season was before this channel as well. Like when Formula One was actually good, I wasn't doing this. That is kind of a rip. Because the channel would have actually grown if I was doing this in 2021. Oh, would have actually, we'd be on more than 500 subs by now. But because Formula One is the way it is right now, we've never got off the ground. Never got off the ground with this. And I wonder why sat here watching. Well, how long been live? 2.5 hours for the Monaco Grand Prix. And we've had 2 overtakes, and I wonder why we're not popping off. Mad rip. Halfway to 600. We'll get to 600 before the end of the season, salty dog. You know, I gain 100 a year, you know. 2 or 3 per race weekend, so we gain about 100 a year. But yeah, it's not. I reckon I'd be in the shout. If there was a trophy for slowest growing channel on YouTube, I reckon I'd be in the running for that. Seriously, I'd be in the running for that. I would be. Oh, it is what it is. 100 subs a year. 100 subs a year. No, 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 no. Well, Verstappen is all over the back of George Russell for P5. Ooh. Yeah, mate, Carl, you're not the only one. You are not the only one. But it's a good job you've dropped a comment in the live chat still, mate, because you weren't in the Viewers' Championship so far, but now you are. Now you have got your seat in the Viewers' Championship. Round 8. So there you go. If you're interested. That's the clip for you. 100 subs a year, subs a year. 100 subs a year. No, 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 no. Oh my God. You know what I mean? That's another 4 years till 1,000. Oh my God. How long would it take to get to 10k at that pace? I'd never do it in a lifetime, would I? I'd never see. Do you know what? Do you know what kind of pisses me off, right? One YouTube short. Someone could set up a Formula One channel now, do one YouTube short, and get 550 subs in an afternoon. And in a way, that's why I sort of refuse to do YouTube shorts. Because it just pisses me off that... Oh, it just pisses me off, man. Someone could set up a channel now, do one YouTube short on F1, and get as many subs as I've gained in 3 years. In 1 hour. You know how soul destroying that is. Pretty soul destroying. Is everyone just going to stay out? Is that it? No. When you get lapped, Kim, you go in grey. Yeah, when you get lapped, you go in grey. So that's all it is. They're still in the race. Only the ones with the X on the X there. So those 4 are out. They've been out since lap 1. Mate, I've not even been watching the race for the last 15, 20 laps. Mate, I've tapped out. I don't even know what's what anymore. They've just not. They've not pitted, have they? They're not going to pit now, are they? We're 12 laps from the end. They haven't pit, and they're not going to pit. No, they don't have to pit because of the red flag earlier on, which they all changed tyre compound in the under red flag situation. So that took away that. So then they've just played the long game and just stayed out. I know, Gav, but that's why shorts kind of pisses me off, though, Gav, in that way. Because it's like, I sort of want to rebel against that. It makes me hunker down and go, no, I won't. No, I won't do it, do that, do what you want me to do. No, I won't. It kind of makes me resist that and think, no. I do live streams. I do watch-alongs of the Grand Prix. I don't do YouTube shorts. All right, I might get 50,000 subs in the next few months, but that's just pisses me off, to be honest. Nah. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get every single content creator just to do shorts to grow the channel. Fucking sling it. It makes me go against what they want to do. They just want me to sack this off and just make a bunch of YouTube shorts all year. You know what I mean? Can you believe this happened at the start of the Monaco Grand Prix? Nah, not for me. Not for me, man. And what I would do, I'll rather stick doing this and gain 100 subs a year rather than gain 500 subs a day on doing shorts. Just to rebel against the system that they want to do. So there you have it, Gav. There you have it. And that is the truth. Just to say, stick it up your ass. So there you go. There's a bit of honesty. Donate. Why haven't I got super chat, Todd? I'll tell you why I haven't got super chat. Because this is a tiny, minuscule channel that'll never make any money, Todd. That's exactly why. You'll never be able to donate, bro, because I'll just sit here moaning. No, it's just, oh, man. Nah, it's just one of them, innit? You're either it or you're not. Well, 8 laps to go. We're getting there. We're getting through it. It has been an endurance. This has been an endurance situation, this. Yeah, take a vacation, rent a camper van. Who's funding this? Travel to different tracks. That sounds good, that, Suede. But who's paying? How many hours? Or how many watch hours? More than a season's worth of races. Put it that way. So I'll never reach the amount of watch hours needed because there isn't enough streams that I can do. Do you get what I mean? To ever cross the line. It's like, say that's the finish line and say that's me trying to get monetized. It's always going to be like that because there simply isn't enough F1 for me to, like, for example, with football, there could be 3 matches in a day. There can be, you know, you could do 10 streams in a week. I'm doing 10 streams in 8-9 months sometimes. So unless you do YouTube shorts. Oh, do you know what? It pissed me off if I did a YouTube short and it went viral and all of a sudden the channel went to like 5k subs out of nowhere. It would almost annoy me because I'd think, well, I should have done it 2 years ago. It'd piss me off because I'd think, well, what have I been doing wasting my time for 3 years? It would piss me off, man. So I refuse to do it on those grounds. Because I'd be thinking, what have I been doing for 2.5 years? I should have just done YouTube shorts from the beginning. My goodness me. For a race that promised so much, I mean, aside from the carnage from the initial start, this has been... I mean, it's not even been a scenario... It's not even been a scenario where okay, the first half of the race was like this tactical thing, and then in the second half it's really taken off. It's been a tyre management tactical situation for the entire 2 hours 45 minutes of the stream. It helps to get people to lives, yeah. Oh well. Views championship is double or triple in numbers. No. Oh, I shouldn't be. You know, I'm not sat here moaning. I've got a handful of really loyal viewers that keep coming back, and I've got enough people where we can do a viewers championship, and that's good enough, really. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be sat here going, oh, I never get any views, I never get any, you know what I mean? That's not the vibe to have. I only get on that vibe. When I get on that vibe, it's because it's been a crap race. When I start going, oh, I'll never get monetized, I'll never, you know, when I get on that vibe and I go all negative, it's because it's been a terrible race, man. Because I never go, oh, what an incredible race. Oh, why do I never get any viewers? I don't help myself, you know. Don't help myself. But you know. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, Leclerc has opened up an 8-second lead anyway. So Leclerc's got this one if he can just get round the last 6 laps. But it is very close between Piastri, Sainz and Norris. But will there be any moves? I'm going to go ahead and guess not, but... Exactly. You say give it a go. I know. Yeah, shorts, reels, TikToks, clap it. Exactly. That's what the obvious thing to do is. That is the obvious thing to do if to grow any channel is exactly that, Todd. Yeah, that is anyone that wants to grow anything on social media, it would be exactly that. Shorts, reels, TikToks. I've not heard of clapper, but I'll take your word for it. But yeah. So maintaining social media promotion, yeah. Oh, it's what it is, man. I'm here. The thing is, Swade, I'm here for the fun of it, but that does rely on F1 being fun. Do you get what I mean? I'm here for the fun of it, but it would help if F1 was fun. You know, when I'm here for the fun of it and it's not fun, then, you know what I mean? I'm fully here for the fun of it, as long as it's fun. That sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. Honestly, though, but I'll tell you what, though, it's good for the championship. It's good for the championship. This because Verstappen is going to be P6, which is only 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8 points. So Verstappen's only going to get 8 points today. Leclerc, I don't want to jinx it with 4 laps to go. Leclerc's going to get 25. And, you know, let's go. Let's go. Have you got the F1 game? Have you got the F1 game 7? Do a series of records, so post them as a series. Oh, F1 Manager game would be boring, though. I did look at that F1 Manager game, but... Indy 500 Daytona. No, I'll carry on. I'll keep on doing these, and if you do the Viewers' Championship. Should have been following Jim Clark BRC Rally. And the thing is, with other categories like that, I don't know enough about it to do a proper watch along on it, so it'd be a bit weird. It's like the Indy 500 and stuff. I don't know enough about it to make that an interesting situation. Is Sainz going to go for it? On Piastri? Well, they have managed to get to the tyres to the end without stopping. You could do darts, yeah. Oi, oi, oi. Kylian Mbappe's gonna wave the checkered flag. Kylian Mbappe. He's signing a Jim Clark car in a village in Devon. Cool, Andy lad. That's epic, that. What is this? I'll tell you what, this would be massive for Leclerc, this actually. Like, let's get real for a minute. Leclerc is about to win his home Grand Prix in Monaco. This is massive for him. I mean, as dead as a race this has been, it is massive for Charles Leclerc. And it's big for this little championship hope that I've got as well. You know? Verstappen only getting 8 points. Leclerc getting all 25. Gap in the championship going into Canada, what, 20 points? Something like that. Maybe a bit less than that, you know? Lap 77 of 78. We are nearly there. What curse pull will we get for a Leclerc win cup? Ooh, if Leclerc doesn't win it from here, ooh, that's going to sting. I've got a museum in town called Dunsany where I live. A couple of cars in there. F1 at the Indy Road Course. Not been there since about 2007, has it? At Indy. Oh, yeah, this is close. I wonder if Carlos Sainz is going to go for it down into the Nouvelle chicane. Not yet. No. He's going to have one more lap to get this done. So Leclerc is on the final lap. Live 2024 Drivers' Championship. Yeah, come on, man. It'd be 138 points. How, what? Leclerc's only won 5 races. I thought Leclerc had won about 7 or 8. Oh, but this is big, though. This is massive for Charles Leclerc, this. And it's massive for 2024. Hey, we've had 4 different winners out of the first 8 races, you know, this season now. Because Verstappen's won, obviously. Sainz has won. Norris has won. And now Leclerc's won. This is definitely better than 2023. We've had 4 different race winners from the first 8 races. Charles Leclerc comes round Rascasse for the final time. The homeboy, Charles Leclerc, in the Ferrari, wins the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix. Leclerc wins in Monaco. Absolutely massive. It was a 1 out of 10 race, but the result is well deserved. Oscar Piastri comes home for 2nd. Carlos Sainz finishes 3rd in the other Ferrari. Lando Norris 4th. George Russell 5th. Max Verstappen only 6th in the Red Bull. Lewis Hamilton 7th. Yuki Tsunoda 8th. Alex Albon 9th. Pierre Gasly. Not quite CL2's prediction of a podium, but still a point in P10 is big for Alpine. So big ups to them. But Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Fantastic result. But I always do rate the race out of 10 and driver of the day. I have to give driver of the day to Charles, don't I? Has anybody else done anything unbelievable, superb, fantastic. No, I'm going to give driver of the day, obviously, to the race winner today. Charles Leclerc wins his home Grand Prix. And just hearing him on team radio is so emotional. I'm happy about this result. I mean, the race was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. But I'm happy about the result. I'm happy about the result. But my goodness me. My goodness me. Imola was a what? This was worse. Because the top four, they didn't even stop. They just went straight to the end. A -5. Right. Okay. Drive of the day, Charles Leclerc. Rate the race out of 10. A 2. There was a bit of drama. There was drama at the beginning, a big pile up, and then there was competition for the win, but they ultimately... Oh, God grief. I mean, it's a great result. It's a great result. But as a race goes, as a pure sporting entertainment event, you can't give it more than a 2. You dare I'll give it a 5 or so. You can't give it more than a 2 out of 10. You can't. I mean, even Charles Leclerc's girlfriend can't give it more than a 2 out of 10. Oh, no, come on, man. I mean, for them, it's a 10 out of 10, isn't it? For Charles Leclerc, it's a 10. But in reality, that race will not be remembered, beyond the result. You know, the result will be remembered. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix. It's massive. Absolutely massive. And as you see him jump into the crowd of Ferrari engineers, it's a fantastic result for the sport as well. For Charles Leclerc to win his home Grand Prix in Monaco. But I do have to give this race a 2 out of 10 because it was a 2 out of 10 race. Right, that's it. It's been a 3-hour stream. It's been extremely long because of the 45-minute red flag. Thank you to everybody that has been in the stream. If you've been in since the beginning, you are an absolute goat. But even to everyone that just popped in, thank you. Sorry I went on a bit of a moaning one towards the end of the race there, but that was just my frustration at this being not the best sport in the, when I get on a negative one like that. But yeah, thank you everybody for being in this stream. Drive the day, Charles Leclerc. Rate the race out of 10. I give it a 2. And but yeah, do join me for the Canadian Grand Prix weekend after next. So the weekend of, I think, the 5th, 6th, 7th of June. No, 7th, 8th, 9th of June. Yeah, 7th, 8th, 9th of June for the Canadian Grand Prix. Peace out, guys. Thank you for staying with me through this marathon of a stream. And apologies that I couldn't be more excited about it because literally nothing happened beyond that first lap smash up. But yeah. Cheers, thank you to everybody, and everybody of course that is in live chat, that has been in live chat today, will be entered into the Viewers Championship. That'll be around Magny-Court, 8 PM Wednesday night. Be there for it. But yeah, peace out, guys. Catch you later, and catch you for Viewers Championship Wednesday night. Cheers. I'm copying jams now, aren't I? See you later, guys. Todd, I've already gone, mate. I'm not here anymore. Hang on. I've got the intro playing now, haven't I? Yeah, we're going again. We're going round again. We'll start again. We'll start again. I don't know what the championship is for Todd. Right, I'm going. See you in a bit. But it's closer than it was before this race started anyway. It's closer than it was. So get in there, Charles Leclerc. Do you know what that is? Do you know what this is? This is like in the old Marvel films, they used to do a bonus scene at the end of the credits. This is what this is right now, Todd. See you in a bit. I give it a 3 because I didn't watch it. 2. It's a 2 out of 10. It was a 2 out of 10 drive of the day. Charles Leclerc! Terrible, Todd. You did something absolutely atrocious. Oh, the intro music slaps so still, doesn't it? The intro music slaps so every time. Monaco Grand Prix weekend. Please do join me in 2 weeks for Canada, baby. Oh, listen, it was a good result, but a terrible race. Right, I really am going. Right, catch you for the Viewers' Championship. You're in it, Todd. Wednesday night, Monaco, baby. 2-hour race, 8 p.m.